officers who were killed by this man sitting in their patrol car. What did you think?
I'm so sad about the violence killing of those two officers. And I want first and foremost to lend my support to the family about the unjustifiable execution to those two officers. I also have a message to those who may seek vengeance and violence. At this moment, being the mother of Amadou Diallo, I can say people might think I have every reason to hate and every reason to seek vengeance, but in my heart, I have no hatred. I have love. I am for seeking peace, humanity, and legal justice. That's my calling, and that's my message to those who seek revenge and hatred.
And in the 15 years since your son was killed, you've been very vocal about trying to get that message across. Have you seen a lot of changes in the NYPD since then?
It's an ongoing process, as it should, because the community and law enforcement has to be one community. It could not be two different worlds. So bringing people together and promoting racial healing, understanding this is what we have to dig for, this is what we have to carry as a message. We need more changes, positive changes, because in the end, if we live peacefully with those who are supposed to protect and serve, then we would have achieved peace and for all humanity.
You remember what it was like after your son died, the protests and the anger. How did the city and how did everybody get through it then?
As I said, when Amadou was killed, people protested, but in peace. All races, all religion came together and prayed, protested, and demanded justice. That was beautiful. And this is the moment when we have to reflect and do everything that those who are supposed to want to protest, to turn their pain and their anger into something positive. This is my message.
There is, though, still a lot of anger, even a lot of tension between the New York Police Department and City Hall now. The officers are turning their back on Mayor Bill de Blasio, saying that he didn't do enough, perhaps, to stop the protests, maybe even encouraged them and supported them. How difficult now is that divide and having that divide between City Hall and the NYPD in order to move forward to a peaceful process?
You know, Randy, this is why we all have to dig deep in our heart. Division is not going to solve any problem. We all need to come together for healing in the purpose of justice, in a legal way and peaceful way. Even the politicians and elected officials and all the community at large is one body. This is how it's supposed to be. So this is my hope. And this is my message to them.
If you could reach out to the NYPD or even the mayor, what would you say to them? What would you advise them?
The same message. It shouldn't be two worlds. It should be one people for common cause and for common purpose, for humanity. That's my message.
And what about the nation? I mean, it's not just New York where this is being felt. It's not right here in New York alone, but it's the whole nation. I mean, there is a lot of anger and a lot of distrust.
Yes.
For police officers.
Yes, it is our calling. This is call to action for everyone. Each one of us have a role to play. Parents, teachers, elected officials, and also clergy. This is our moment. Now more than ever, we need to come together. We need to talk to our youngs that they are angry. We understand that, but they need to turn their pain and anger into something positive for nationwide and worldwide.
Kadiatou Diallo, appreciate it. Thank you very much, and for all that you're doing to try and keep the peace. We certainly appreciate that as well.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. I'll be right back.